Hey everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another speed build. I probably should be doing more stuff for our most recent expansion pack, Eco Lifestyle. Oh my god, why did I just forget the name for a second? But yeah, I probably should have been posting more about that. I do have a few other builds, but I did this one the other day and I was just like, I just want to post it. But I will say, so the version on my gallery is a little different than this one. My intention was to build a base game version to put on the gallery, and then the one that'll be in my save file eventually has been updated, as like laundry. I also, the family in my save file who lives here, they're like a mobster kind of family. They're like mobsters, like kind of inspired off of the Altos from The Sims 3. But we have Holly Alto in this game, and she's very different than the Sims 3 one, so I don't really know what that's all about, so I didn't do the Altos. I just made up a new family. Don't know what's going on with the Altos in this game. We only have Holly Alto, and she's nothing like the version of The Sims 3, and there's no hint that they're the same person, so I know The Sims 4 is like its alternate universe, which in some ways I do think is nice, because then it allows us to have some very popular townies from past games all in here at once. But yeah, so the version on the gallery is supposed to be base game. I totally didn't realize that later I use a door from Strangerville by accident. Like, how did I do that? Like, literally. So if you download the version from the gallery, it is base game. So if you have the base game and you don't have Strangerville, you'll notice it's the door on the pool house out back. You'll just have to change that, but other than that, it is completely base game. So if you don't have Strangerville, you can still download it. You'll just need to fix that. I thought about fixing it and putting it back on the gallery, but at that point I had already changed this version to my kind of like fuller version, where I have like laundry and a bunch of other stuff in it that are no longer base game. And I was like, well, shit, I could either keep that in or like, so I just decided, I was like, you know what, I'll just keep it on, and in the video I'll address it. So if you go to download it, I do apologize, you'll have to place a door down. I'm sorry. Anyways, so my idea for this is I want to do a really nice kind of like Spanish colonial villa. And a lot of the ones I was looking at, they have like that kind of front courtyard space, and then like some of them have like a courtyard space that I just built with like the colonnade and then like a little garden in the middle, which is very like Romanesque. And I was like, that's what I really wanted. And I was like, well, I need the front one too, because I love the front. I just think front courtyards, especially in this style, they're just like so nice. They're very pretty. So that was my intention there. This pool house I'm making, I actually found it on Google as an image like of a Spanish colonial house. I'm sure it's a lot bigger than what I built here, but I was like, oh my god, that like kind of looks like it could be a nice pool house. So that's what I did. I was like, I'm just gonna make this pool house here, and in my save file I have the butler living in here, but like you could also have like a teenage, like a young adult son or a teenage son. You could have like one of the kids living there. Like, there's nothing stopping you from that, so feel free to do whatever you want to who lives in here. Just if you do download my save file, if it ever comes out, just know that the butler lives there. Which actually reminds me, my save file's coming together pretty well so far. It's nowhere near done, I'm gonna be honest, but I do have a lot of it done. At this point, it's Del Sol Valley I need to continue working on, which I kind of keep putting off because I don't like Del Sol Valley. The lots are weird, so sorry. And I also have to finish the New World Evergreen Harbor. I have to finish the vacation worlds. I think I have a few lots in Sulani left. And then Windenburg's so big that I'm still working on Windenburg. And then I also have this issue where I sometimes go back and will look at some of my older builds and go, oh, that's no longer good. So then I'll either fix it or just outright get rid of it. So if this ever comes out, just know I've put way too much effort into it, especially for such a small following I have here. I don't know who out there will want my save file, but just know if you do, it's coming. She be a coming. But yeah, this courtyard, it looks like a little garden courtyard thing. I love it so much. It's one of my favorite ones because I've built one or two before. I don't know if any of my current builds have anything like that. I do have some in some other ones, like my Realm of Magic build has like an inner courtyard. I've had a few other my Von Haunt Estate rebuild has one in the middle because I kind of like a Georgian style. But yeah, here was like the first time I did one this kind of Spanish colonial style, and I love it so much. It actually makes me want to go back and fix a lot of the other builds in this world. But yeah, in this neighborhood here, because the little description, because now we have like the little neighborhoods for all the base game worlds, the legacy worlds as they call them. I think that's what the team calls them. In it, I have one other one. It's a renovation of the one the Caliente family lives in. And it's pretty much the same. I just changed a lot of the furniture, some of like the wall stuff. I like it a little bit more now. And then you have this one. These are the only two Spanish colonial, and then I have like a Victorian and a kind of big, massive, like modern eco lot, which I do really like. And I've built families for all of these homes so far, and they're so fun and so different. Like in this one, I said it's kind of like a mobster family. The one next door in the Victorian, it's they're this very mysterious family called the Karras family. It's a mother and then her mother and her two kids, and on the lot is the tombstone for her husband, the dad, who died from being poisoned. And there's kind of some hints in the house that's trying to hint at to like who killed him, some kind of fun stuff like that. And then, we have the Caliente family, which, like I said, I've fixed that. I kept them in, though. I feel like the Calientes are such an important part of The Sims. I'm still deciding if I'm going to make them aliens, because I know in The Sims 2, they are aliens. They're or part aliens, like their parents or their dad was an alien, I think. But I don't know how. I feel like I'm pretty sure if you have a kid with an alien in The Sims 4, they're just an alien. It isn't like a half alien or something. And I know when you do like have like the mix breeding, if we want to call it, that feels a little weird to call it that, but when you do the mixing of different occults in The Sims 4, you do get some weird things. Like if you have a vampire and a mermaid reproduce, I guess, I believe they come out as a mermaid, which I don't even know how it's figured out how they come out as, but I guess I saw on Twitter sometime about that the child came out a mermaid and they had some vampire powers, or maybe in the other way around, they were a vampire and had some mermaid powers, but they didn't have like they were a vampire. They didn't have the mermaid tail, but they had like some of those like mermaid powers that they have. I was like, that's interesting. And I'm like, I wonder what happens if you mix like a spellcaster and a vampire or something, just stuff like that I am always like, now that I know about that, I'm like, well, what else can we do? But, really went off the rails there. But, and then the people who live in the kind of like green mansion, oh, what is their name? Are they the Jafar? They're the Jafari family, and they're kind of like a Pakistani, like their names were all inspired or come from Pakistan, so I guess you could say they're like a Pakistani family. In The Sims 4, I don't think it's like The Sims 3 where like there are actual things in the real world there. So I wouldn't say there's like a, there isn't like an America or a Pakistan or a, England in The Sims 4. Like in The Sims 3, there were those things. Or there might be in The Sims 4. We haven't really explored it in The Sims 4, to be honest. So yeah, like in The Sims 3, we had like an Egyptian inspired part from the World Adventures pack, is it? And then there's one more. Oh yeah, and then there was also, you could go to Paris. There's that came in some other pack. The Sims 3 was very much like, this is like our world. And I think The Sims 4 is a little bit more like, yeah, we're not going to confirm or deny. We're just going to put things as they are. So, but yeah, so as I was building this though, since this is all base game, generally when I do just a base game build, I think of things I want that aren't base game, and it does annoy me. But overall, I actually do really like this build. Even in this form, I know the version of my save file is not gonna be just base game, but that's because I try to put laundry in every house if I can. Some of the apartments, I'm like, yeah, we're not dealing with laundry. Some of them have it, some don't. But I have a few base game homes in my save file. Anyways, they're usually starter homes. That's just because the base game stuff tends to be a little cheaper, less expensive in the Sims like build by catalog. So, but yeah, here I was thinking, as I was building this, I was like, yeah, there's actually like a lot of nice things in the base game. Like like you can do some really nice builds just base game. It doesn't lend yourself to every style super well. Like, for example, I love building Victorian homes, and let's be honest, you can build a decent one in the base game, but it's not, in my opinion, I don't think it's ideal. Like, for example, the Goth's house is supposed to be a Victorian kind of like Gothic home, and it's not that it doesn't work. There's just something kind of off about it, and one I think that could just be they don't have some of the right windows. There's like some things they could have done that just aren't in the base game. But you can make a decent kind of Gothic Victorian house. You can definitely make a Spanish colonial house. You can do a modern home. But other than that, I don't think you could do like a Tudor style home. You definitely really need the stuff from Get Together. I know there's one wallpaper in the base game that actually is that is kind of like a Tudor wallpaper, in the sense that it has those what do you call them? They have like the beams in the walls. I haven't been able to find it, but I saw it in, was it Lissy's video? It was in someone's video. They had done it. Yeah, maybe Simlissy. I forget who, but either way, in some other builder's video that I was watching, they had actually found like this wallpaper that you could use. It was that mimicked that kind of like iconic Tudor kind of like in beam wall like style. Oh my god, I could not speak there for a second. Sorry, I'm gonna be real with you guys for a second. I'm very exhausted. I am still getting used to my new work hours. So for those who don't know, I'm an essential worker, so I'm still working. I work in healthcare. I don't work in a hospital. I'm not like at risk for COVID-19 really. Very kind of like minor. I mean, like there's always a risk, but minor risk compared to like nurses working in ERs and like hospitals. I work at a rehab facility for drug and alcohol abuse. We still have a risk, but it's a lower risk. I'm not gonna like be not cautious, but I'm also not gonna sit here and go, I'm risking my life on the front lines. I'm kind of like, I'm not really a frontline worker. Like, yes, there's a chance a patient could come in with COVID-19. There's a chance the people who do our deliveries could come in with COVID-19. But on the flip side, I'm not like working at a grocery store, but those people are definitely coming in contact with people who have been in contact or might have it. And we also do testing. We do like the rapid testing where I work for certain patients. So like, but we had to change my hours because sadly, with the kind of going into isolation, quarantine, or what else are they calling it? Just like going through the social distancing and a lot of businesses closing down. A lot of people have not been coming to rehab, so we were hit kind of hard. And my schedule's changed, and I just cannot get used to it. I'm like constantly tired, and I'm like, I'm so ready to not do this schedule anymore, but it's probably gonna be a while, so still getting used to it. So if I sound tired, I'm sorry. I'm just so exhausted. So anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap up my voiceover soon. Make sure to download this off the gallery, and I might put up the other version too, so keep an eye out for that. Let me know in the comments if that's something you want. Check out some of my other content while you're here, as well as check out my social media, and also check out my gallery page, really. Got some great builds on there that I'm very proud of, and we got some other content coming soon to you guys. Anyway, I say we, there's no team, it's just me. I have content coming eventually. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Please comment, like, subscribe, do whatever. Or don't, I won't be offended, but it would be nice. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and see you in the next video.